Michael Peterson lived in a lavish house in Chicago's Lincoln Park neighborhood. At 42, he was a successful real estate agent. From the outside, he seemed to have a perfect life. Beautiful wife Lisa, luxury car, big house. But Michael had very different plans brewing in his mind. That morning, while drinking his coffee as usual, he looked at Lisa. His 38-year-old wife was preparing breakfast in the kitchen, blonde, beautiful, elegant, and very wealthy. Lisa's father had died as an oil tycoon in Houston. The $5 million inheritance he left behind went to Lisa. But that wasn't enough for Michael, because Lisa had a $2 million life insurance policy. And Michael wanted that money. All of it. "Honey, I'll be late today," Lisa said. "I have an appointment with Dr. Martinez." Michael looked up. "Doctor again? You go every week." "I have heart problems, you know. The doctor wants constant monitoring." Michael smiled. Heart problems? Perfect. The ideal excuse for his plan. Lisa grabbed her purse and left. Michael watched her drive away. Then he took out his phone. "Marcus, it's Michael. We need to talk tonight." Marcus Williams was Michael's college friend. Now he worked as a small-time chemist in Chicago, and he dealt in illegal substances. That evening, Marcus came to Michael's house. He was a short, dark-haired man with glasses. He had a small bottle in his bag. "What's this?" Michael asked. "Potassium chloride, heart stopper. A few drops will do. It'll look like a natural heart attack." Michael took the bottle. "Will it leave traces?" "Number, even in autopsy, it's undetectable, especially if your wife has heart problems." "Perfect. Payment? $50,000. You pay after she's dead." Marcus left. Michael hid the bottle. Tomorrow night would be Lisa's last night, but Michael didn't know that Lisa was planning the same thing. When Lisa Peterson came home that night, she was very calm. Michael was watching television. "How was the doctor?" Michael asked. "Good. He changed my medications." Lisa went to the kitchen. She took a small bottle from her purse. It contained a clear liquid. She had gotten it from Dr. Martinez. But Dr. Martinez didn't know this. Lisa wasn't actually Dr. Martinez's patient. She was the sister of Maria Santos, who worked as a cleaner at Dr. Martinez's clinic. And Maria supplied Lisa with certain chemicals. "Michael, how about I make you some tea?" Lisa called out. "Sure, honey." Lisa prepared the tea. She dropped a few drops of the clear liquid into Michael's cup, just like Michael had planned. Heart stopper. But Lisa's plan was different. She wasn't going to kill Michael. She was going to fake her own death. She brought the teas to the living room. Michael could see the shopping bag. "Let's drink, honey," Lisa said. They both drank their tea. Michael was waiting for Lisa to die. Lisa was waiting for Michael to die. But neither of them died, because Lisa had put the same chemical in her own tea, but in a small amount, just enough to pass out. In Michael's tea, however, she put a lethal dose. 30 minutes later, Michael held his head. "Lisa, I feel terrible." "Me too, honey. I think the tea was bad." Michael fell to the floor. Lisa pretended to fall too, but Michael was really unconscious. Lisa was just acting. Lisa immediately grabbed the phone. She called 911. "Help! My husband and I have been poisoned. We both collapsed." The ambulance came. Paramedics rushed both of them to the hospital. Michael was really dying. Lisa was just pretending to be dying. At the hospital, doctors saved Michael. But it was too late for Lisa. At least that's how it appeared. "I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson," the doctor said. "We couldn't save your wife. She had a heart attack." Michael started crying, but these were tears of joy. His plan had worked. But how? In reality, Lisa had made a plan with Dr. Martinez's assistant Maria. Maria had altered the hospital records. Lisa hadn't died. She had just been secretly transferred to another hospital. The funeral was large and magnificent. Chicago's elite came. Michael was crying, saying how much he loved Lisa. The coffin was covered with earth. A tombstone reading, "Lisa Peterson, beloved wife," was erected at Graceland Cemetery. But Lisa wasn't in the coffin. There was someone else's body, an unidentified corpse that Maria had stolen from the hospital. 2 weeks later, Michael called the insurance company. "Metropolitan Life Insurance. This is Michael Peterson." My wife, Lisa Peterson, died recently. Policy number ML-789456. We're sorry for your loss, Mr. Peterson. Can you send the paperwork? Michael sent all the documents, death certificate, doctor's report, police report, all fake, but very well-made fakes. A month later, $2 million was deposited into his account. Michael was now a wealthy widower. He sold the house and left Chicago. He moved to California. He started his new life. Lisa was already dead, at least on paper. In reality, Lisa was living in Hawaii under a new identity. Maria had provided her with fake identification. Her name was now Elena Rodriguez. She was running a small cafe in Hawaii. 5 years passed. Michael was living a luxurious life in San Diego. He had invested the insurance money in stocks. Now, he had $4 million. Lisa was living a quiet life in Hawaii, but she couldn't access her own money because Lisa Peterson was dead. That money was still sitting in the bank in Chicago, but neither of them knew that the FBI was tracking them. Special Agent Sarah Collins was an expert in insurance fraud. There was something strange about the Lisa Peterson case. The Peterson case is weird, she told her partner, Agent Mark Johnson. Husband and wife poisoned the same night. Man survives, woman dies. Too much of a coincidence. Maybe it really was an accident. Number hospital records have been altered, and we have Michael Peterson's phone records. He talked to Marcus Williams the day before the death. Who is Marcus Williams? Chemist. Sells illegal chemicals. The FBI team started working. They put Michael under surveillance. They interrogated Marcus. Everything was coming to light. But Lisa's story was more complex. Agent Collins was examining hospital records. Lisa Peterson's body was never seen in the morgue. It had disappeared after being transferred. Mark, I think Lisa Peterson didn't die. What do you mean? There's no DNA test of the body, no fingerprints, and the transfer records are fake. Collins sent a team to Hawaii. A few people lived on the small island. One of them was Elena Rodriguez. The FBI agent showed Lisa's photo to the islanders. Do you know this woman? Yes, that's Elena. She runs the cafe. Very nice. Collins smiled. She had found Lisa Peterson. Meanwhile, Michael Peterson was vacationing in Hawaii. The irony was that he had gone on vacation to the place where he thought he had killed his wife. He was walking on Waikiki Beach. The sun was shining. Tourists were happy. Michael was happy too. He had $4 million. He was free. He entered a beach cafe. He ordered coffee. There was a beautiful woman at the register. Dark-haired, bronze-skinned, attractive. Michael looked at her. She seemed familiar. Very familiar. The woman looked up. She saw Michael. At that moment, the world stopped. Lisa! The woman froze. She had recognized Michael too. Michael. What? What are you doing here? Lisa. We buried you. Other customers in the cafe were looking at them. 2 people looked like they had seen ghosts. Lisa immediately closed the register. Go to the back, she whispered. Michael went to the small office in the back. Lisa closed the door. You were dead, Michael said. You died of a heart attack. I held your funeral. And you tried to kill me, Lisa said. You put poison in my tea. Michael was surprised. How do you know that? Because I put poison in your tea too. They both looked at each other. 5 years of lies were coming to light. So Michael was trying to understand. Yes, I was planning to kill you too, but at the last moment I changed my mind. I chose to fake my own death. But why? Because you acted before me, so I changed my plan. Michael was confused. The insurance money? I didn't take it. You did. My money is still in Chicago. So what happens now? Lisa smiled, but it was a cold smile. Now? Now we both have very big problems. At that moment, the door opened. FBI agent Sarah Collins entered. 2 more agents were behind her. Mr. Peterson, Mrs. Peterson, or should I say Ms. Rodriguez, you're all under arrest. Michael and Lisa were shocked. How had the FBI found them? Insurance fraud, marriage fraud, identity theft. Agent Collins was listing the charges. And of course, attempted murder of each other. Michael and Lisa looked at each other. The 5-year game was over. "Mr. Peterson," Agent Collins said, "Marcus Williams confessed. He said he sold you poison." "Mrs. Peterson," she continued, "or Ms. Rodriguez, Maria Santos also confessed. She said she provided you with fake identity and poison." The game was completely over. The trial process lasted 6 months. The media showed great interest. Headlines read, "Couple who tried to kill each other were in the newspapers." Michael Peterson was sentenced to 25 years in prison for first-degree attempted murder, insurance fraud, and marriage fraud. Lisa Peterson was sentenced to 20 years in prison for faking death, identity theft, attempted murder, and aiding insurance fraud. Marcus Williams and Maria Santos also received short prison sentences for their assistance. The $2 million insurance money was recovered. Lisa's $5 million inheritance was donated to charities. At the court hearing, the judge said, "Mr. Peterson, Mrs. Peterson, while you were trying to kill each other, you actually killed yourselves, because now you will spend the rest of your lives in prison." Michael and Lisa looked at each other for the last time. They once thought they loved each other, but in reality, they both only loved money. "Why?" Lisa whispered to Michael. "Money," Michael replied. "You for the same reason." And they were both taken to different prisons. This story shows us that greed blinds people. While Michael and Lisa were planning to kill each other, they actually killed their own lives. They sacrificed everything for money: love, trust, freedom, and in the end, they had nothing left. FBI agent Sarah Collins, after closing the case, said, "This case shows us that crime never pays, especially domestic crimes, because family is built on trust. When trust is lost, everything is lost." Michael Peterson is now in Illinois State Penitentiary and has served 7 years. He has 18 more years to go. He says he feels regret every day. Lisa Peterson is in Women's Correctional Center. She has also served 5 years. She has 15 more. "The Lisa Peterson case was a lesson for us," says the company spokesperson. "Insurance fraud is a very serious crime. We must be very careful too." Michael and Lisa's story is also a warning, the story of how greed destroys people. While two people were trying to kill each other, they actually killed their own life stories. For 5 years, they lived unaware of each other. While Michael was living a rich life in San Diego, Lisa was living a quiet life in Hawaii. They both thought they were free. But the FBI was watching them. Justice was coming, even if late. And when they met at that cafe on Waikiki Beach that day, they both realized they weren't free. They had never been free, because the weight of the crime they committed was always on them. Now they are both really not free. In prison. And maybe they will never get out. This story teaches us this: crime never pays, especially the crime you commit against your closest person. Because that crime doesn't just kill them, it kills you too.